Never met someone like you, felt something like your touch. I wish we would've met tonight. Sure, I've had lovers in my past, won't lie, I've had a blast, but none of them had your humor.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Southern Crown. My name is Chloe Dietz. I'm your host, and today I'm here with
Tori Steapp. I'm the president and founder of Lifelines Outreach. And actually, before we start talking about Lifelines Outreach, I actually just want to commend you for starting a podcast.
Thank you.
And especially with your age. How old are you again?
I'm 17.
17. Yeah, that's actually insane. I don't think people realize how hard it is to start a podcast. I know a lot of people think it's just like getting a camera and getting microphones and starting it, but it's a lot harder than that because I've actually always wanted to start a podcast, but I never actually had the courage to do it because, you know, you have that fear of judgment and there's already so many podcasts out there. So like in the back of your head, you're just thinking, is anybody even going to watch this or listen to this? So yeah, I just want to commend you.
Well, thank you so much. And yes, there is a lot of things that went into this. And I've had people reach out to me and ask me like how it all started. And I'm like totally open to answer questions if anybody ever has those too. So yeah.
Hey, well, maybe you can help me.
Oh, of course. I would love to. But I want to get right into what Lifelines Outreach is. So can you tell everybody what that is if they don't know?
Yeah, for sure. So Lifelines Outreach is a registered student organization at the University of Houston. And thank you. And basically, this just started as an idea. At first, I wanted to speak at high schools myself and share my story. So unfortunately, I lost a total of 3 people in my life to suicide. I lost 2 of my best friends in high school. One when I was in freshman year, we were both 14. And then the other one I lost my senior year of high school. And then a little bit after I lost my best friend in my senior year of high school, I actually lost my uncle to suicide. So, you know, going through all of those tragedies kind of formed like a purpose for me. And I'm one to believe that everything happens for a reason. And, you know, things aren't coincidences in our life.
Right.
And I actually talked to Jamie Hadfield. Do you know who that is?
I know who that is for sure.
Yeah.
Hi, Jamie. She definitely watches this.
Yeah, I always shout her out for this because she's actually the reason why I started this. But basically, through losing my best friend in my senior year, as well as losing my uncle, I also, it's a lot of loss, and I don't want to be like, I guess, down about it, but
you're here today, and that's what matters. Exactly. Like, it's always an up story. So,
yeah,
I mean,
for sure. And during that time, I also had to put my dog down because she ended up getting cancer. Actually, my best friend that I lost to suicide my senior year of high school, unfortunately, he actually passed away the night before I competed in Miss Houston team.
Wow.
In 2021.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
so that was a hard year for you. Yeah.
And then I also lost my uncle a little bit after competing at Miss Texas Teen. So it was just like bam, 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 loss after loss after loss. And actually during all of that I lost, I was also in an abusive relationship for almost 3 years. And I got out of that. I ended it with him and basically wanted to compete again. And I took a year off before that because I was aging out of being a teen and I didn't want to jump straight into competing as a miss.
That's a big jump.
Having to know more about politics, and you have to be a lot more polished as a miss.
Develop your mind and your ideas.
Exactly. And I just didn't feel like I was ready, especially with like what I was going through all that loss. And I remember when I got out of that relationship, getting out of like toxic or abusive relationships, it's a lot harder than getting out of like healthy ones.
Right. Well, for sure.
They actually did like a study that showed you actually feel like you're going through withdrawals.
Oh my gosh.
Because you get addicted to the ups and downs. And so then when you get out of that, it completely throws you off and you actually feel it in your body.
It's
and
like readjust your life without having that.
Exactly. And you feel like physically sick, and that's how I felt.
Okay, I don't know if you know this. This week is Healthy Relationship Week.
It is?
Yeah, that's like, it's like National Healthy Relationship Week.
Oh my
So it's like really, I was gonna like see if you could like talk about something like that. So it's pretty perfect that you just brought it up. How did you take care of yourself during that hard year? Like, what did you do to make sure that you didn't fall into a place, or like, did you? And how did you handle that?
Well, actually, during that time, I didn't take care of myself.
Right.
I didn't until it was too late because I kept putting other people before myself, and especially I was competing during that time as well. So
Yeah.
I was putting my mental health to the side the whole time. And the reason, or because of me doing that,
Right.
I was putting myself further into that pit and then digging like a bigger hole for myself to where it was actually almost too late.
Oh, wow.
I feel like if I would have stayed longer than I did, I feel like I probably wouldn't have been able to pull myself out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, so what was your kind of like moment of realization where you were like, I can't be like this anymore? Or did you have one? Did somebody else come to you and tell you like?
No, I actually did. So I feel like I was defending a lot of his behaviors.
Right.
And also pushing my mental health to the side for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of brings me to like, what is a message that you would have if any other women in an abusive relationship are watching that you would give them to try to get out, you know?
I would say just one quick thing I would, I guess, give as advice would be that it doesn't get better and it never will. And it's better to leave now rather than later before it's too late. And also, I want to say something because a lot of people, they get this confused and they don't take it that seriously.
Right.
So let's say you're in a relationship and you're with the guy and he's, I guess, being physical with you, but it's like a joke.
Right.
Or he plays it off as a joke.
Yeah, like play fighting or whatever.
Or let's say he breaks objects in front of you or he throws stuff in front of you. You might excuse it and be like, oh, well, he's not hitting me or he's not doing that to me. But people don't understand that those are literally the characteristics of someone that's abusive, and you can easally turn into those objects.
Like the warning signs. You need to
those
be like
are
aware
the warning
of the
signs.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that, you need to leave.
Yes, that's
Before it's too
so
late.
valid. Yes.
Yeah.
Like there's so many ways that situation can go.
Oh yeah.
So it's amazing that you were able to defend yourself and get out of that. Like I'm proud of you for that. I don't even know you very well, but I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you so much.
I want to go back to Lifelines Outreach, and I want to hear about what you're doing in the U of H community and outside of that.
Well, I want to first just start with the whole process of me starting this.
Sure.
So like I said, it started with an idea that I had in the beginning. So the reason why I brought up Jamie Hadfield is because after I got out of that abusive relationship, I was really just set on competing in Miss Texas. And I had my first session with her. And, I told her everything that I went through and everything that I experienced and all the loss that I had. And she told me one thing that changed my life forever. She said, you can either let that get to you and eat you up with guilt, or you can use it to create a positive change. Yeah. When I did all my research, I actually discovered that there was nothing like this.
Yeah.
And when I reached out to some other nonprofits, it just wasn't following through.
Yeah.
And so that's when I decided, I'm going to take the initiative to start this myself.
Put it in your own hands.
Exactly.
If no one's doing it right, you got to do it yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And then when I already knew what the statistics were before.
Yeah.
It was that it's the third leading cause of death for Americans ages 15 to 24.
That's insane.
And when you think about that, that's people in high school up to college students. And I was like, well, if those statistics are accurate, then that means that almost half of the students at University of Houston or colleges have experienced things related to suicide, either losing someone or feeling suicidal themselves.
Right.
And so I was like, well, this could actually be bigger than just me. I was by myself for many months, walking miles on the campus by myself.
Wow.
Trying to find an advisor. I met with 10 faculty members. I got turned down by all of them. And then
what?
Yeah, and then the 10th one that I met with, nothing against him, but he shot my idea down and he told me that I should try to join another mental health organization. And basically,
that's crazy.
Basically, give them my idea, and I just said respectfully, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, this is you had your initiative, and obviously you were willing to do anything for it if you're Like, as you said, walking miles, meeting with like
and I was
tens
walking
of
in
advisors.
heels too, so I had blisters.
Yeah, because
all
you're
over.
like a pageant girl. You're a professional. Like, you know what you're doing. Exactly.
Well, you have to look good, so.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
that's step one. Look the
Step
part.
one,
Yeah.
dress the part. Yeah. But after I met with that 10th faculty member, I actually felt really defeated.
Mm-hmm,
And my mom actually eavesdropped on the conversation, and I mean
Yeah. I feel like as a mom, I would want to. I'm like, what is this girl doing that's getting her rejected?
right.
Yeah.
And so I actually went to her and I was like, am I the right person for this? Because after I said that to her, I was at work and my best friend that passed away my senior year, his dad showed up to my work.
Wow.
And I haven't seen him in years. And I just thought that was crazy. And then we were talking about my friend that passed away, and they basically just like showed me that was God showing me.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you're a believer, but
No,
that is a work of God.
It is.
Right there. Yes. Like,
and so then after that moment, I emailed the president of the whole university, and I told her, this is what I'm trying to start.
good.
And, these are the obstacles that I'm facing right now. Nobody wants to help me out. Nobody wants to be my advisor. So I said, can you give me a list of faculty members, since you know all the faculty members?
Of course.
People that you would actually think would be interested. And the advisor that we have right now, Marty Trimmer, she was the first person on the list. So yeah.
Reached out and you got your advisor.
And now I have a whole team, and I have so many people on campus that are interested in being a part of the e-board and being involved now. And there's a lot of people talking about it on campus as well, which is kind of crazy to me because
That's amazing.
Yeah, it just started as an idea, and now people are talking about Lifelines Outreach on campus.
I love that. Now we're talking about it on the internet. And
Exactly.
People are going to hear it. Okay, so we were just talking off camera about how the first school she's going to speak at is St. Thomas pretty soon. And I just want you to tell them everything you just told me.
All right. Well, I was telling Chloe that this is a full circle moment for me because... So I was telling my dad that the first high school that we'll possibly be speaking at is St. Thomas. And he told me that he actually grew up around that area and that he believes his dad, my grandpa, went there. And I just think that it's great because St. Thomas is an all-guys school. And, all the people that I've experienced losing to suicide were guys.
Yes, me too.
And the statistics do show that it's mostly guys that actually follow through with it.
Right.
Because, it's for a reason. If you think about it, it's society and a lot of religions. They say that men are supposed to be the protectors and the providers. So society takes that a little too literally. And they put these pressures on men that
they push men down, and
exactly.
They feel like they have to bottle it up. And
they have to bottle it up, and if they show any emotions that they're weak. And I would say more so for women and girls, I guess it's more like normalized for us to, show emotions or be sensitive in a way. And I feel like for that reason, it's easier for us to ask for help.
For sure.
And
I feel like there's more like programs too that are like women oriented,
Exactly.
Like whenever you see like a mental health like flyer, it's usually like feminine colors, feminine like design and stuff. So it's like we're made to feel comfortable talking about it, and even to this day we're still like perpetuating the idea that men are supposed to be like strong.
Look at us right now.
Exactly. Like I don't feel like I would see a man on my podcast. Like, I don't have men on the podcast, but I don't think that I would have a man on here talking the same way that you can about this,
Exactly. I started in pageants and modeling when I was 8 years old.
Wait, that's so good. I feel like, okay, most of the people who I've had on here were like, I don't like late start pageant people, so I love that I'm having another OG. I started when I was like 4.
Really?
Yes.
I started with National American Miss.
Oh my gosh. Did you get the letter in the mail?
Yes.
I got the letter the other day and I was like, girl, I've been doing pageants my whole life.
No, literally. Those interviews, though, are actually insane.
How long are they? Are they like long?
So, they're basically, how do I say this? They would have separate tables around the whole room, and it would be one judge at each table.
Round robin.
Yes, exactly. But it was just, I guess I would say it was overwhelming for a little girl.
For sure. Okay, so I did Cinderella my whole life. I grew up doing that. I won the teen title, whatever, all that good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, But that's how those interviews, I mean, they kind of change like low-key every year, but that's how those interviews were. And I remember like literally being a like 5-year-old toddler, like standing there in my little Mary Jane shoes, and it's like time, and you turn on and you sit in the chair in front of this like 60-year-old man, and you're like, oh my god, what do we talk about? Like, hello. Literally. And he's like, why do you want to win? And little 5-year-old, you like can't even see over the table, and you're just like,
I want the money.
Yeah. I heard that you get to go on a trip with your queen sisters. Like,
I know, we were taught to be extra cute because that's what you do. Sell us for the crown or something. No, not like that.
No, it sounds so creepy, but like, I mean, low key it is, but pageants are not creepy. We're not perpetuating that idea.
No.
Because, I mean, like you said, they've, like, taught us to be who we are today. Like, we wouldn't be so well-spoken. You probably wouldn't have had the confidence or the drive to start your organization without it.
I'll take it from you.
You got this. Let me know.
So, you are competing in Miss Texas team.
Oh, my gosh. I'm getting interviewed, guys. Yes, I am.
In May?
Right? Yes, May 2nd through 4th.
Okay. So, I guess I can ask you, what are you nervous about?
I don't really feel nervous at this point. Like,
she's like, I got this.
I mean, it's not close enough to where I'm starting to feel the nerves. I feel really confident. I have, like, most of my outfits planned out. I got a custom dress with Sherry, so that's, like, I mean, it's here. I've seen it, guys. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I have my first walking lesson with Miss Mariah Cheney, or like of the season tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have all my interviews booked up with Kelly. Like, we're feeling good so far. I have like all my headshots. I've chosen my headshot that I want to be my official headshot.
I saw it.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't?
It's under wraps, guys.
Oh, is that an old one you have?
Well, no, I mean, I have lots of pictures.
Oh,
I have like at least like 20 pictures.
Yeah.
No, but my official headshot is a secret. And y'all will not see it until they get released. But
I'm sure it'll look good.
Yeah, I'm so excited to compete. I'm tomboy again, so I'm happy about that I get to go back and represent my hometown. But yeah, the nerves haven't hit yet. We're still in like the honeymoon
stage. They usually don't hit until you're actually
like backstage.
Night before.
Yeah.
Or, backstage. Yeah. What's your platform?
So, okay, I have it's a mission-driven organization. We can't call it a nonprofit yet because it's not 501c3 yet.
Oh, girl, it takes a long time. Yeah, I'm literally in the process.
We're in the process. So I run a mission-driven organization called Cycle Connections, and it's all about promoting women's menstrual equity. So on social media, I share videos talking about education, because part of period poverty is not having the education for it. And you can see right there actually a box of a whole bunch of tampons. Oh my gosh. I probably have at least 2,000 tampons in my house right now that are all going to be donated to women's shelters very soon.
Say right now that I've never heard of a platform like that, and so I think you have that going for you.
Yes, for sure.
It's unique. And I guess I just want to ask, why that platform?
I grew up with a mom who very openly talks about periods. That's never been something taboo in our household. She was a single mother.
How my mom
so
is too.
Yeah, it was just
she's also a single mother.
Yeah. And I feel like moms like ours, they're just it's not weird. And then I got into school and I just would talk about it with girls, and they would just be like, ew, what are you talking about? Ew, it's taboo for people to talk about. It is. And I also remember starting to see people, my peers, who didn't have access to products and it would be struggling. And that was kind of a wake-up call. And my mom always taught me, if you see something, then actually go out and make a change. Don't just talk about the change. Don't just have the idea for the change. Go and make the change. Be a doer. So, I mean, this past year, I was really brainstorming on a change I could make in my community. And I was brainstorming with my mom, and both of us are very passionate about period poverty and education in that sense. So we're both founders. I'm co-founder of it. So yeah, I'm so happy that I get to lead this initiative with my mom, and that it is something unique that you don't see very often. So that's why I'm super excited to bring it to the Texas stage and get to talk about it with everybody. Wait, what is it? Shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars.
No, exactly.
That's my quote of the day. I want to hear your quote of the day. What is the message you have for the people? The concluding overarching message.
I would say if your dreams seem possible, they're not big enough.
Ooh, yeah.
They're not. Your dreams, they have to seem impossible. Overwhelmingly impossible.
Yes. I love that.
Because if they seem like that, then they're big enough. And that's why I want to win Miss Universe. I'm not just trying to win Miss Texas.
Yes.
I'm shooting big.
Hey, we got Miss Universe on the podcast.
And also with Lifelines Outreach, my whole goal is to start a nonprofit with that and start chapters at universities around the world.
That's amazing.
I want it to be worldwide.
Maybe infiltrate some high schools too.
Oh yeah, exactly.
For sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it was so amazing to have you on here today.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy I got to talk to you. You were a very great guest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching The Southern Crown, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
See you. Bye.